So in a previous video, I talked about our reliance on data to be able to see and understand what's going on at an organization. But you might also ask the question why there is so much attention on financial data. If an organization's programs in the end are their most important thing, why do we pay such attention to finances? And my answer is that at the end of everything, if we decide to fund your organization, we're going to send you money. And while we might care about many things and try to help you in various ways, money really is our core product. And money is very easy to move around and allocate in lots of different ways. And it takes careful financial reporting for us to understand how our additional unrestricted funds could affect your organization. To give one example of this, many organizations raise money through sponsorships. And sponsorships, by definition, are designated or restricted funds. CG Charitable's grants, 99% of the time at least, are unrestricted, so CG Charitable's funding only begins to affect sponsored students after all sponsorship funds have been exhausted. Depending on how the organization is structured, the majority of our grant might actually never leave the United States and might go predominantly to things like US fundraising because the programs are actually being funded through restricted funds. And that ends up being a situation that isn't really what we're trying to do. So we ask details around sponsorships and other restricted funds, but that's just one example. There's many other examples like this, and I want you to know that we really do appreciate that you're busy, and we try not to ask frivolous questions that don't matter. If we're asking about something, it's typically because we've had an experience funding an organization that taught us that there's some unintended consequences and possibilities that came through our funding. And so I like to compare CG Charitable to a gas station giving away gasoline, and we want to learn about the kinds of engines that this gasoline is going into, because some engines are much more powerful than others, some are much more efficient, and even though it's all the same gasoline, the effects that come about could be really different depending on the engine. And gasoline in this case obviously is the funding that we're providing. And after saying all this, I do want to emphasize that having proper financials or healthy financial statements are just prerequisites. We've never funded an organization on the basis of their great financials. However, having significant concerns about an organization's financials might lead us to not fund an organization.